The alien Princess Zara watched from behind shimmering force walls as the human female named Lily stepped through the grand entrance hall of the royal palace. Her dark uniform stark against the pearlescent walls of the Varaxian throne world. Lily moved with confidence that made the royal guards bristle with unease. Humans were still new to the galactic community, only joining 50 years ago, but already they had earned a reputation for being unpredictable, dangerous, and strangely compelling. The Varaxian Empire had existed for 10,000 years, yet they found themselves fascinated by these newcomers. Zara had specifically requested a human guard against her parents' wishes. The Emperor and Empress thought humans too wild, too emotional, too untested. But Zara knew better. She had studied them secretly for years. Lily was led to the princess chamber and bowed her head in greeting, unaware that Zara had personally selected her file from hundreds of candidates. "My apologies." "Princess Lily," said, her voice steady and confident, unusual for someone meeting royalty. "For the first time I was told you requested me specifically." Zara stepped closer, studying the human female. Her skin was a shade of brown that contrasted with the pale blue Varaxians. Her eyes were amber like the rare crystals on the outer rim planets. Her hair was pulled back in a simple style practical for a guard. "I chose you before they even sent you, Lily." The princess spoke, her forearms moving in the traditional royal gesture. Her upper set folded across her chest while her lower set remained open in welcome. "I have watched your career with great interest." Lily tried to hide her surprise. Varaxian royalty rarely paid attention to individual humans, let alone tracked their careers. She had served on 3 different worlds as diplomatic security, but never imagined catching the eye of the heir to the galactic throne. "Me." "I ask why your highness," Lily questioned. Zara smiled, revealing teeth that gleamed like polished crystal. "War is coming." The princess moved to a window overlooking the capital city, glittering with millions of lights. "Our enemies grow bold and my parents grow complacent. I need someone who sees things differently. Someone who is not bound by 10,000 years of tradition." Lily remained silent, processing this information. This was far more than a simple guard position. The princess continued. "The Drax Collective has been moving ships to our borders. For centuries we have maintained a fragile peace, but their new leadership hungers for our resources. Their society values strength above all, and they believe we have grown weak. Humans fascinate me." Zara admitted. "Your species achieved in decades what took others centuries. You adapt, you improvise, you survive against impossible odds. The Drax respect only strength, and humans have demonstrated remarkable strength." Lily understood now why she had been chosen. Humans had a reputation for creative problem-solving and unexpected tactics in difficult situations. "Your file shows you once held off 20 attackers when the embassy on Proxima Colony was breached," Zara said, moving closer to Lily. "You protected the ambassador with nothing but a ceremonial blade and improvised explosives made from common chemicals. How did that feel?" "It was my duty," Lily answered simply. "No," Zara challenged her, 4 eyes blinking in sequence as Varaxians did when excited. "It was more than duty. The surveillance footage showed something my advisors could not understand, but I did. You were not just fighting. You were solving a puzzle, finding weaknesses, adapting. I need that." Lily shifted uncomfortably under the intense gaze of the princess. "You need a soldier, not a guard." "I need both," Zara replied. "The assassination attempts have increased. My parents believe our traditional guards sufficient, but 3 have nearly succeeded in the past month. The next might not fail." Lily looked sharply at the princess. This information had not been shared with Earth intelligence. The princess continued. "One more thing about humans that interests me. You form bonds of loyalty that transcend duty or payment. You can be hired, but your true allegiance must be earned. That is rare in our galaxy." That night, Lily was given quarters adjacent to the princess' royal chambers. As she inspected the rooms looking for security weaknesses, she noticed something odd. Subtle differences in the wall panels. Hidden observation points. The next morning, when she accompanied the princess to the royal gardens, Lily spoke softly. So you were watching me even before I arrived. Zara smiled. The panels in your quarters. You noticed I am impressed? Most species would have missed that. I need to know what game is being played here, Lily said. Your interest in humans seems personal. The alien princess paused beside a fountain of liquid metal that flowed upward, defying gravity. My mother, the Empress, believes that bringing humans into our empire was a mistake. She fears your kind will disrupt the balance of power that has existed for millennia. She is right. A servant approached with a tray of drinks. Zara waved them away with her lower arms, while her upper arms adjusted her elaborate headdress. 3 cycles ago, I visited Earth. In secret, Lily. I walked among your people. I studied your history, your art, your conflicts. Every other species we have encountered evolved toward unity through uniformity. Disagreement became less frequent as civilization advanced, but humans, you embrace disagreement. You thrive on diversity of thought. You argue, you debate, you challenge each other. You make it sound like chaos. Lily observed, beautiful chaos. Zara corrected, the kind that produces innovation. My people have not had a significant technological advancement in 2,000 years. We perfect what exists but create nothing new. The Dracs simply take what others create. But humans, you build something new every day. The princess led Lily deeper into the garden to a secluded area, where the strange plants glowed with bioluminescence. There is another reason I chose you, Lily. The princess' voice dropped lower. My visions. Lily looked confused. Some Varaxians have limited precognitive abilities. Zara explained, I have seen possible futures. In many of them you stand between me and death. In others you help unite our peoples against the Dracs. But in all of them, you are by my side. Lily stared at the alien princess, unsure how to respond to such a revelation. I was sent here as a diplomatic gesture, nothing more. Yet here you are, Zara replied, her 4 eyes shimmering with an emotion Lily could not identify. The human female shifted her weight, considering the implications of what she had just learned. The garden suddenly darkened as a massive shadow passed overhead. Both Lily and the princess looked up to see a royal transport blocking the artificial sun. My mother summons me, Zara said, her voice changing, becoming more formal. You will accompany me. This will be your first test. The royal chamber glittered with crystalline light as Lily followed Princess Zara inside. The Empress of the Varaxian Empire sat upon a floating throne. Her 6 eyes narrowed at the sight of the human guard. Her skin was deeper blue than her daughter, and her forearms were adorned with ancient symbols of power. You bring your pet to my presence. Zara, the Empress' voice echoed with disapproval. Each word seemed to hang in the air longer than it should, a trait of royal Varaxian speech. She is my chosen, Guardmother Zara replied with perfect calm. Though Lily noticed her lower hands clenching slightly, a sign of tension, the Empress floated closer, her throne making no sound as it moved. I did not approve this selection. The treaty with Earth specifies ceremonial positions only. This one has combat training. Lily kept her eyes downward as was protocol, but her mind raced. The Empress knew her background, which meant she had been investigated thoroughly. The humans grow too influential too quickly. Zara, the Empress continued. They must learn their place in the galactic order. Your father indulges your fascination, but I do not. Zara moved forward, her forearms performing a complex gesture of respect and disagreement. Mother. The Drax ships move closer, each cycle. Our intelligence confirms they prepare for aggression. Humans understand warfare in ways we have forgotten. The Empress made a dismissive gesture with her upper right arm. The Drax have always tested boundaries. They will not risk war. With us, we have maintained peace for 8,000 cycles. Lily noticed other Varaxian nobles watching the exchange with interest. Some seemed supportive of the princess. Others clearly aligned with the Empress. The division was obvious even to an outsider. I request permission to take my guard to the outer colonies, Zara said suddenly, her voice formal. I wish to inspect our defenses personally, the Empress. 6 eyes blinked in rapid sequence, a sign of surprise. The outer colonies are no place for royal blood, daughter. The inspection ships make their reports, but they see only what they expect to see. Zara countered, a fresh perspective might reveal weaknesses the Drax could exploit. Lily realized the princess was executing a plan she had not shared. She kept her face neutral despite her surprise. After a long silence, the Empress spoke. You may inspect the 3 nearest colonies only. You will take a full complement of royal guards in addition to your human. The flagship will carry. Zara bowed her forearms, moving in perfect harmony. Thank you, Mother. Later, as they walked back to the royal quarters, Lily spoke quietly. That was not a random summons, was it? You planned it. Zara smiled, her alien features somehow expressing satisfaction. We leave tomorrow for the outer colonies. As my mother ordered, the nearest 3 only. What are you really planning? Lily asked. The 4th colony, Zara replied. The one we are forbidden to visit. The ancient texts speak of a weapon hidden there. A weapon that requires both Varaxian royal blood and a species with creative insight to activate. My parents would never seek it out, but I have seen it in my visions, and I have seen you standing beside me when we find it. Lily stopped walking. I was not sent here for some quest, princess. My assignment is to guard you within the palace. This mission was not approved by Earth. Command. Zara turned all 4 of her eyes, focusing on Lily. Do you truly believe your assignment here was coincidence? The universe does not work through such random chance. Your leaders sent you because I requested you specifically. They do not know why, but they sensed the opportunity for humans to gain favor with the royal family. The preparations moved quickly. The royal flagship was massive, its pearlescent hull shimmering with defensive energy fields. Lily was given new armor, adaptive material that molded to her body, offering protection while maintaining flexibility. As they boarded, Lily noticed the princess had disguised herself in simpler robes, her royal markings covered. Her elaborate headdress was replaced with a plain covering. We must be ready to slip away at the 3rd colony, Zara whispered as they entered their private chambers aboard the ship. I have allies who will help us reach the 4th. The journey to the 1st colony took 3 days. Lily used the time to study Varaxian ship operations, learning their protocols and defense systems. She noticed they relied heavily on established procedures with little room for adaptation, a weakness if ever their systems faced something unexpected. The first 2 colony inspections proceeded without incident. The princess played her role perfectly, examining defenses, asking questions, suggesting minor improvements. The royal guards maintained a perimeter around her at all times, making it difficult for Lily and Zara to speak privately. At the 3rd colony, named Varix Prime, the princess requested an inspection of the atmospheric generators located in a remote region. Lily accompanied her along with 2 royal guards. They descended into the facility. Alarms suddenly blared throughout the complex. Containment breach. The system announced, toxic gas detected, emergency protocols engaged. The royal guards moved to escort the princess to safety, but she hesitated. Lily saw her subtle hand signal. The main doors will seal in 30 seconds, the system continued. All personnel evacuate immediately. In the confusion, Lily created a diversion, knocking over equipment. The guards turned toward the noise, and in that moment Zara grabbed Lily, pulling her through a side passage. The door sealed behind them, trapping the guards on the other side. That was too easy, Lily said as they ran through the maintenance tunnels. Was not a real emergency, Zara explained. My allies created the alarm. We have minutes before they realize we are gone. They emerged in a small hangar where a sleek vessel waited, its engines already humming with power. A Varaxian male with faded blue skin stood beside it. My lady, he bowed. Your ship is prepared as requested. The coordinates are set. Thank you, Krax, Zara said. The less you know of our destination, the safer you remain. They boarded quickly. The ship was small but fast, designed for speed rather than comfort. As they lifted off, Lily took the controls, surprised at how responsive the vessel felt. Set course for the fourth colony, Zara instructed. But not directly. We must appear to be a supply vessel. Make 3 random jumps first to confuse any pursuit. Lily programmed the course. Her training included basic piloting of alien vessels, though the Varaxian controls were more intuitive than she expected. When they were safely away from the colony, Zara finally relaxed her forearms, unclenching. We have done it. The difficult part begins now. What exactly is on this fourth colony? Lily asked. Not what, but who, Zara replied. The last of the ancients. A being who has lived since the founding of our empire. She guards the weapon and will only release it to one with royal blood who comes with an ally of true creative potential. The weapon is not what you imagine. It is not a device of destruction, but of revelation. It shows truth that has been hidden for millennia, truth about what Lily asked about. Why the Drax and Varaxians have been enemies for so long, about the true history of our galaxy, about why humans are so different from other species. Zara paused, her eyes glowing slightly in the dim light of the ship, and about why I have dreamed of you since I was a child. The fourth colony hung in space like a forgotten jewel. Its surface was mostly water with small islands dotted across vast oceans. Unlike the gleaming technological marvels of the main Varaxian worlds, this place seemed almost untouched by advanced civilization. We must land on the central island, Zara instructed, pointing to a landmass barely visible from orbit. The temple is there. Temple? Lily questioned. I thought we were looking for a weapon. The princess adjusted her simple robes. To my ancestors, it was both temple and arsenal. The ancients did not separate knowledge from power as we do now. Their small ship descended through wisps of cloud, revealing a lush landscape below. Lily piloted carefully, following the guidance system to a small clearing, near what appeared to be stone structures partially reclaimed by vegetation. As they landed, Lily checked the atmospheric readings. Breathable for both species, but higher oxygen content than standard Varaxian worlds. That explains the size of the plant life. They exited the ship into warm, humid air that smelled of unfamiliar flowers and rich soil. Zara seemed energized by the environment, her blue skin taking on a slight glow. Her 4 eyes widened, drinking in the surroundings. I never thought I would actually stand here, Zara whispered. The sacred world of Varric's Korra path wound from the landing site toward the stone structures. Lily noticed the path was maintained despite the wild growth around it. Someone lives here? Yes, Zara confirmed. The Guardian. She has tended this place since before my great-grandmother was born. They followed the path through increasingly dense vegetation. The stone structures gradually revealed themselves to be parts of a much larger complex, a temple city, built of iridescent stone that seemed to shift colors as clouds passed overhead. At the center stood a pyramid unlike any Lily had seen on Earth or other worlds. Its sides were not smooth, but covered in intricate carvings that seemed to move when not viewed directly. The entire structure hummed with a low vibration that Lily could feel through her boots. They climbed steps worn smooth by countless feet. Lily noticed that while some sections looked ancient, others appeared newly carved or repaired. The temple was continuously evolving. At the top of the pyramid, a circular doorway stood open, leading to darkness inside. Before Lily could suggest caution, Zara walked through. The human guard followed her hand, instinctively moving to her weapon. Inside, the air was cool and dry despite the humidity outside. Soft light emanated from the walls themselves, illuminating a circular chamber. The floor was a mosaic, depicting star systems and planets in arrangements Lily did not recognize. "Welcome, daughter of the royal line," a voice echoed around them. "And welcome, human first of your kind, to enter this sacred place." A figure emerged from an alcove Lily had not noticed before. She appeared Varaxian but different. Her skin was white, almost translucent. With patterns of light moving beneath the surface, she had 6 arms, not 4, and her eyes were silver without pupils. The Ancient One. Zara breathed, dropping to one knee. "Rise, child." The Ancient One said, "You come seeking the weapon of truth, as I knew. You would I have waited many cycles for your arrival. You knew we were coming." Lily asked, unable to contain her curiosity. I see probabilities, not certainties, the Ancient One replied, studying Lily with her strange silver eyes. But your coming has been the strongest probability for over 300 cycles since the humans first appeared in our galaxy. Zara stepped forward. I seek the weapon to prevent war with the Drax. To save my people. The Ancient One made a sound like chiming crystals, which Lily somehow knew was laughter. You seek it for truth, daughter of Varix. That is why you will be worthy to wield it. The weapon reveals what has been hidden. It does not destroy bodies, but illusions. The Ancient One glided across the floor to a raised platform in the center of the chamber. She placed her 6 hands on different points and the platform began to glow. The weapon you seek is knowledge. The Ancient One explained. Knowledge that was hidden from both Varaxians and Drax. Knowledge of your shared origins. The platform split open, revealing a crystal sphere about the size of a human head. It pulsed with inner light, changing colors from blue to green to purple and back. Come, both of you, the Ancient One instructed. Place your hands on the sphere. Varaxian royal and human creative. Together you will activate what neither race could alone. Zara looked at Lily, their eyes meeting across the alien artifact. The princess extended her lower right hand toward the human. A gesture of trust. Will you join me in this, Lily? Whatever we learn, we cannot unlearn. Lily hesitated only a moment before stepping forward. If this can prevent a war and save lives, then we must try. They placed their hands on the sphere simultaneously. Lily felt a jolt of energy course through her body. The sphere brightened its light, expanding outward to fill the chamber. Images appeared in the air around them. Scenes from the past. The Ancient One spoke as the images shifted. We were not always separate races. Varaxians and Drax were once one people. The Ancients. She gestured to an image of beings with 6 arms and mottled skin that was neither blue nor red, but something in between. 5 million years ago, we ruled this galaxy. The images showed vast cities spanning entire planets, fleets of ships unlike any Lily had seen, and technology that seemed magical rather than scientific. But we grew arrogant, the Ancient One continued. We began to modify ourselves, enhance our abilities. Some focused on physical strength and aggression. These became the Drax, others pursued mental abilities and longevity. These became the Varaxians. The sphere pulsed brighter, showing scenes of conflict. The separation was not peaceful. Civil war lasted 10,000 years, until finally, the two sides could no longer recognize each other as kin. Lily watched in fascination as the history unfolded. The sphere showed how over millions of years the two races drifted further apart biologically and culturally, each forgetting their shared origins, each believing themselves superior. But what about humans? Lily asked. Where do we fit in this history? The Ancient One turned her silver gaze to Lily. Humans are special. You were neither created nor influenced by the ancients. You evolved naturally, on your isolated world. That is why you think differently from all other advanced species in our galaxy. You were not shaped by our biases, our limitations. The sphere shifted again, showing Earth from space, then zooming in on human history, human creativity, their ability to adapt to change, their diversity of thought. All traits lost to both Varaxians and Drax in their specialized evolution. That is why I chose you, Zara said softly. Still watching the images. Our peoples need humans. You bridge what was. Divided, you represent what we have lost. The Ancient One moved to a wall, pressing her hands against it. A hidden door slid open, revealing another chamber. Beyond this lies the true weapon. She said, the knowledge you have gained is only preparation. What lies within will change the Empire forever. It contains the genetic key to reunite our divided species, to heal what was broken millions of years ago. Zara looked uncertain. For the first time since Lily had met her, the princess seemed afraid. Ancient One spoke again. You must decide, Princess, will you take this knowledge back to your people, knowing it will transform everything they believe about themselves and their enemies? Or will you leave it hidden here for another 1,000 years? Princess turned to Lily. What would a human do? She asked, her voice barely audible. Lily considered carefully. The truth has power, but also danger. Revealing it would shake the foundations of 2 ancient civilizations. Yet hiding it meant perpetuating a conflict based on forgotten history. Sometimes understanding our past is the only way to change our future, Lily said finally. Zara took a deep breath and nodded to the Ancient One. We will take the knowledge. We must try to end this conflict. The Ancient One led them into the inner chamber. This room was smaller, with a pedestal in its center. On it rested what looked like a simple data crystal similar to those used throughout the Varaxian Empire, but far older. Its surface was etched with symbols Lily did not recognize. This contains everything the Ancient One explained. The complete genetic sequences, the historical records, the technological specifications for reunification. It also holds the truth about the royal bloodline. Zara looked startled. What truth? Your line was created to one day reunite the species, the Ancient One said. That is why royal Varaxians have latent psychic abilities that appear occasionally. It is the dormant Drax genetic potential showing itself. Your precognitive dreams are not random, Princess. They are part of your inheritance. As Zara reached for the crystal, the entire temple shuddered. Dust fell from the ceiling. Lily instinctively moved to protect the princess. They have found us, the Ancient One said. Her silver eyes narrowed. Something I did not foresee. Who? Lily demanded, already drawing her weapon. The Empress, the Ancient One replied. She has known of this place all along. She has suppressed the knowledge to maintain her power. Quickly, you must take the crystal and go. Another tremor shook the temple stronger than before. Lily heard the distinct sound of energy weapons firing outside. Zara grabbed the crystal, securing it in a pouch at her waist. We need to reach our ship. The Ancient One moved to a wall, pressing a hidden panel. A passage opened, leading downward. There is another way out, through the catacombs beneath the temple. It will lead you to the southern shore. There is a secondary landing site there. What about you? Lily asked. I have guarded this place for millennia. The Ancient One replied. I will remain and delay them. Go now. The future depends on you both. Zara hesitated, clearly reluctant to leave the ancient being. She reached out, touching the Ancient One's translucent hand. Thank you for preserving the truth. The passage led them down rough stone steps that spiraled into darkness. The walls themselves provided faint illumination, enough to see but little more. Lily led the way, her training taking over as she assessed each turn for potential threats. How did your mother find us? Lily asked as they descended. Deeper, Zara's voice was tight with tension. The royal bloodline shares connections. Those with strong abilities can sense each other across great distances. She must have felt my presence here. This place is forbidden for a reason. They reached the bottom of the stairs, where the passage leveled out into a tunnel. The air was damper here, with the smell of the ocean growing stronger as they advanced. We must hurry, Lily urged. The ship may be our only way off this planet. The tunnel began to slope upward again. After several minutes of climbing, they could see light. Ahead, the exit was partially concealed by hanging vines opening onto a small beach. A different ship waited there, smaller than the one they had arrived in. That is not our vessel, Zara said, stopping abruptly. No, a voice replied from behind them. It is mine. They turned to see a Varaxian male in royal guard armor. His blue skin was darker than Zara's, marked with the insignia of the Empress personal guard. His forearms held weapons trained on both of them. Commander Vex, Zara identified him, her posture stiffening. My mother's most loyal servant, I have served the Empire for 300 cycles, Vex replied. My loyalty is to stability, Princess, not to dangerous ancient secrets that could destroy everything we have built. Lily assessed their options. The guard was blocking their retreat back into the tunnel. The only other escape was toward the beach where the unfamiliar ship waited, likely with more guards. "Give me the crystal," Vex demanded, "and the Empress might show mercy." "You have been misled by ancient superstitions, Princess. The Dracs are our enemies. They cannot be reconciled with." Zara straightened her forearms, moving into a formal posture. "If you serve the Empire truly, then you must see the war that comes will devastate our people. The Dracs grow stronger while we stagnate. Without change, we will fall." The guard hesitated, uncertainty crossing his features. Lily used that moment of distraction. She moved suddenly, throwing a handful of sand toward his eyes while not blinding him. It caused him to flinch, giving her the opening to close the distance between them. She struck precisely, hitting pressure points she had studied in Varaxian. Physiology Vex collapsed, his nervous system temporarily paralyzed. Lily grabbed his weapons as Zara rushed to his side. The princess knelt beside the fallen guard. "He can still hear us," she explained to Lily. "Commander, what you have seen today is only part of the truth. The Empress has hidden much, even from her most loyal servants." She took the crystal from her pouch, holding it where he could see it. "This contains knowledge that belongs to all Varaxians, not just the royal family. If you truly serve our people, you would want them to have access to their own history." The guard could not speak, but his eyes showed his internal conflict. "We should go," Lily urged, watching the beach for signs of other guards. Zara stood, but not before placing one of Vex's weapons back within his reach. "When you can move again," she told him, "you have a choice. Report everything to my mother or seek the truth yourself." She placed a small data device beside him. "This contains coordinates to find me when you decide." They ran toward the beach, keeping to the tree line for cover. The ship waited, its hatch open. No guards were visible, but Lily remained cautious. "It's too easy," she warned. The princess studied the vessel. "This is not an Imperial ship," she realized. "The design is older. The marking here." She pointed to a symbol etched near the hatch. "It's the mark of the Forgotten Ones." The Forgotten Ones. Lily questioned Varaxians who believed in reunification. Zara explained, "They were exiled centuries ago when such ideas became forbidden. My father told me stories, but I thought they were myths." As they approached the ship, a figure emerged from inside, a Varaxian female with unusual markings. Her skin was a lighter blue than most, almost violet, and her 4 eyes had silver rings around the pupils. "Princess Zara." The stranger bowed. "I am Lyra, of the Forgotten Ones. The Ancient One contacted us when you arrived. We have been waiting for this day for generations." More figures appeared from the surrounding vegetation. Not Varaxian royal guards, but members of the Forgotten Ones. Their appearances varied, some showing traits that seemed halfway between Varaxian and Drax. "You have the crystal?" Lyra asked. Zara nodded, patting the pouch at her waist. "Then we must leave immediately." Lyra urged. "Imperial ships have entered orbit. They will bombard this entire island, soon, to preserve their secrets." As if confirming her words, a distant explosion shook the ground. The temple, Lily realized, looking back to see smoke rising from the direction they had come. "The Ancient One." "There is no time for mourning," Lyra said. "Her sacrifice was foreseen. Come, our sanctuary awaits." They boarded the ship, which was larger inside than it appeared. The technology was unfamiliar to Lily, neither fully Varaxian nor like anything she had seen before. "Our people have developed separately from the Empire," Lyra explained as they strapped into acceleration couches. "We have combined ancient knowledge with innovations from many species, including some of your human ingenuity." The ship lifted off with surprising speed, breaking atmosphere. Before Imperial vessels could intercept them, Lily watched through a viewing port as the blue-green world fell away below them. "Where are we going?" she asked. "To the edge," Lyra replied. "The border between Varaxian and Drax space. There is a hidden system there. Our sanctuary, where those who remember the truth have gathered for centuries. We have Varaxians, Drax, and even a few humans who stumbled upon our secret." Zara turned to Lily, her 4 eyes showing an emotion the human was beginning to recognize. "As Hope, you asked once why I chose you. She said, "Now you begin to see the weapon is not a device of destruction but of creation, a new beginning for our peoples." Lily thought of Earth, of her mission assignment, which she had now thoroughly abandoned. "And my people. Where do humans fit in this new beginning?" Zara took Lily's hand with her lower right arm, the most intimate gesture a Varaxian could make as the bridge between what was divided. The sanctuary of the Forgotten Ones was hidden within an asteroid field at the precise border between Varaxian and Drax territories. The massive space rocks provided natural shielding against sensors, while advanced technology masked any remaining signatures. Their ship navigated the dangerous field with practiced precision, eventually docking at a station built into the largest asteroid. As they disembarked, Lily gasped at the sight before her. The interior of the asteroid had been hollowed out, creating a vast cavern. Several kilometers across its ceiling glowed with artificial sunlight, illuminating a miniature world below. Gardens and structures filled the space. Some built in Varaxian style, others clearly Drax in origin, and some completely unfamiliar. "What is this place?" she whispered. "Home," Lyra answered. "Our sanctuary for 800 years. We have gathered those who remember the truth from both empires. Here we live as the ancients once did before the division." They descended to the settlement below, where Lily saw something she had thought impossible. Varaxians and Drax living together. The blue-skinned Varaxians with their 4 arms and multiple eyes, working alongside the red-skinned Drax with their massive builds and ridge-covered faces. Children played together, showing traits of both species. "This is what you meant by reunification," Lily said to Zara. The princess nodded, her 4 eyes wide with wonder. "I knew it was possible, but seeing it, like my visions made." A delegation approached them. Its leaders included both Varaxian and Drax elders. They bowed to Zara in a formal gesture that combined traditions from both cultures. "Princess of the divided people." One elder spoke. "We have awaited your coming. The Ancient One foretold that royal blood would return with the crystal of truth. Do you bring it?" Zara removed the crystal from her pouch, holding it up for all to see. The gathered crowd murmured with excitement. The crystal seemed to pulse in the artificial light as if responding to their presence. "For generations we have preserved what we could of the original genetic patterns," the elder explained. "But the royal line holds the purest connection to our ancestors. With the crystal and your genetic material, we can finally complete the work of reunification." Another elder stepped forward, a female Drax, her red skin crossed with honor scars. "You must understand, Princess, this is not only about biology. The crystal contains the cultural heritage of our united past, knowledge that was deliberately erased from history by those who wished the division to continue." Zara looked around at the gathered community. "How many are you?" "Nearly 10,000 now," Lyra answered. "We grow slowly, but steadily. Some find us by accident, others are guided by dreams or ancient texts. We have agents in both empires who help those seeking truth to find their way here. But the real work has not yet begun." The Varaxian elder said, "For true reunification to occur, the truth must be shared with both empires. The crystal must be brought to the central worlds." Lily frowned. That would mean confronting both the Empress and the Drax leadership. I saw how the Empress responded to just the possibility of this knowledge. How can we possibly bring it to the centers of power? The Drax elder made a rumbling sound that Lily realized was laughter. "We have been preparing for this moment for centuries. Human. We have supporters in both governments, scientists, artists, military leaders, even some in the royal courts. The seeds have been planted. We needed only the crystal and one of royal blood to bring it to fruit." They were led to a large circular building at the center of the settlement. Inside was a laboratory. Unlike any Lily had seen, equipment from multiple civilizations worked in harmony, creating a technological symphony that hummed with potential. "Here we will decode the crystal," one of the scientists explained. "We have the technology but lacked the key. The royal genetic pattern will unlock what has been sealed for millennia." Zara stepped forward without hesitation. "I am ready." Lily watched as they prepared the princess. She would provide genetic material that would be combined with the crystal, allowing its secrets to be fully accessed. Zara caught her eye across the room and made a small gesture with her lower right hand. Come. Lily approached, standing beside the princess as the scientists worked. The human presence is also required, the lead scientist explained. 2 markers are needed: royal Varaxian and human creative potential. The ancient ones designed it this way, ensuring the knowledge could only be accessed when both conditions were met. A small sample was taken from each of them. Nothing painful, just a touch of an instrument to their palms. The samples were combined with the crystal in a device at the center of the laboratory. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the crystal began to glow brighter and brighter until Lily had to shield her eyes. When the light faded, the crystal had transformed. It now pulsed with internal light and had expanded to fill the containment field with data streams visible within its structure. It worked, the lead scientist breathed. The complete genetic library of the ancients, the technological archives, the historical records, everything. The elders gathered around the transformed crystal, their faces showing wonder and reverence. Generations of our people have lived and died preserving the hope of this moment, one said. Now the real work begins. Zara turned to Lily, her expression solemn. Now I must return to my people to show them what we have found. Return. Lily questioned. The Empress will have declared you a traitor. Your life will be in danger. Zara nodded. I know, but I cannot ask others to risk everything while I hide safely here. The truth must come from royal lips to be believed. I must go to the Imperial Senate and present the evidence. The Drax elder stepped forward. You will not go alone, Princess. Our agents have prepared the way. We have supporters in the Senate who will protect you long enough to present the crystal. And she nodded toward Lily. You will have your human guardian, the one from your visions. 1 week. Later, Lily stood beside Princess Zara on the bridge of a vessel approaching the Varaxian homeworld. The ship belonged to the Forgotten Ones, but had been disguised as a diplomatic transport from a neutral system. They had practiced their plan dozens of times. Lily would escort Zara to the Senate building, using secret passages revealed by their supporters inside. The princess would present the crystal and its revelations before the Empress could stop her. Are you afraid? Lily asked as the gleaming world grew larger in the view screen. Zara considered the question, her 4 eyes blinking in sequence. I am afraid, but not for myself. If we fail, the division will continue. Our peoples will remain separate, and eventually, the war will come, destroying billions. But she turned to face Lily. I have seen many futures since I was a child. In the brightest ones, you stand beside me as we succeed. Lily felt a strange certainty settle over her. When she had accepted this assignment she could never have imagined where it would lead, her mission to guard a princess had become a quest to reunite 2 ancient civilizations and perhaps change the course of galactic history. Our approach is being challenged by Imperial security. A crew member called. The Royal Guard demands identification. Zara stepped forward, opening a communication channel. This is Princess Zara, heir to the Varaxian throne. I return from a diplomatic mission to the outer colonies. Request immediate clearance to the central landing platform. There was a long pause before the response came. Princess, your codes are recognized, but your ship is not on the registry. The Empress has ordered your detainment upon arrival. Zara smiled at Lily. I did not expect a warm welcome, she said. Then, to the communication officer, acknowledged. We will comply, as they prepared for landing. Lily checked her weapons one last time. The ship carried hidden reinforcements, members of the Forgotten Ones who would create a diversion if needed. Their supporters in the Senate had arranged for the session to be broadcast throughout the Empire. Once Zara revealed the truth, it could not be easily contained. Zara touched Lily's arm with her lower right hand. Do you understand now why I chose you even before they sent you? She asked softly. Lily nodded. I think I do. You needed someone who could see beyond ancient divisions, someone who could imagine a different future. The princess smiled. You were in every version of the future where our peoples found peace. That is why I chose you. the human who would help heal a galaxy as. Their ship descended toward the gleaming spires of the Imperial City. Lily felt a sense of purpose, stronger than anything in her life before. This was larger than diplomatic missions or guard duty. This was about changing the course of civilizations, and it had begun with a simple assignment. A human guard for an alien princess, the landing platform came into view, royal guards surrounding it, weapons ready. "Are you ready?" Lily asked Zara. Straightened her royal garments, her four eyes bright with determination. "I have been ready for this my entire life." Together they moved toward the airlock, ready to face whatever came next.